Welcome to another episode of Enter the ZBHO Dojo with a Spicer. Allow yourself to sink into serenity, sink into peace and love, and give me lots of money. Oi. Welcome, Thurston. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Roboticando. Welcome. Now let's get this show started. No, they changed it all up. They changed all my music up. Where is this? Here we go. Welcome to the ZBHO Dojo. My name is Spicer, your spicy sensei, if you will. And today on the stream, we're gonna be doing something. We're either gonna be keying a character, or we're gonna be working on something. Either way, it's gonna be good. All right. But before we get started, let us give thanks and praise to the lords and gods of Sajir, starting with Lord Frank Frazetta, All-Father. Thank you, Lord Frank Frazetta. Next, we have Saint Joseph. And next, Saint Paul. Look up here. Good morning. Next, Ryan, King of Slian. And finally, Simon Lee, Spider of Zoo. Thank you for your education, your inspiration, your overall badassness. How's everyone in the chat doing? I had a really good week. What about you? One Alex F1. What's going on, brother? Mr. Joker. I like that name. I gotta say, I like that name. What the F did I just walk into? An ass whooping. That's what you walked into. What up, D-Zing? Oh, and we finished printing the Star Wars characters. But we got them. We got them all printed out. Looking good. So, if you weren't... Oh, well, it's kind of droopy. I don't know about that. But yeah, so we got it all printed out. Looking good. All that good stuff. Super happy with it. And the guy that did the concept art for it, he likes it as well, so I'm gonna send him a copy of it. Let's get over into the dojo. Wah! Alrighty, so you can see blank screen. All right, we can do a few things. Okay, one. All right, let me load it up. Let's see, assets. Turn everything on. So we can be keying this out. Right? We can key this out. And then I also started a Witcher image last night at the ZBHO Dojo Monday night sculpt offs. Every Monday, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Just throwing it out there. Or we can work on this. It's up to y'all. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. What should we be doing? Come on, chat. Help me out. What do y'all want to see? Go, Fabio. What's going on? Appreciate you being here. So we can key this character. Or we can work on this. Let me get rid of this grass, because it did not look good in the render. Grass. The Witcher. We got one for the Witcher. Alrighty. Well, we're just gonna be working on this then. I mean, jeez. What up, Hairy Mandibles? I got your shirt in today. Going to be washing it and then wearing it on the next stream for sure. D-Zinc, you're right. I should just sit here. Not do anything. Alrighty, so let's show you the concept art this is based off of. So boom, 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 boom. Right? So yeah, we'll start with this. We'll start with this. Start making some crossbow action. This should be pretty fun. Let's insert a cube. A cube. Alright. Oh yeah, we got new synthwave music. So let's start from the top. From the top of the charts. Zig the Zag by Harris Heller. What's going on with the YouTube stream? Is it not working? I'm right there. What are you talking about? Yeah, I guess they didn't change the titles yet. Alrighty. So we are going to use a cogwheel. We're going to taper, and we're going to taper this down. Okay. Taper that down. Maybe that's a little bit too much. Something like that. Then skinny that up. And And then get another cube, insert, cube, cube. Put that right there. We're gonna skinny it up, bring it up, widen it out. We are going to use taper again. So we're gonna taper this side. We're gonna taper that side. And then we are going to solo this out. We are going to use insert edge loop, but we're gonna use multiple edge loops because we want to quite a bit of resolution on this. And then if we do it on one side, we just gotta click and it'll go to the other side or anywhere else. If I put it, click anywhere else. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna use a bend arc. So we're gonna grab this green and bring it up. There you go, there's your bow. All right, you're welcome. I don't know what else you want from me. Okay. Let's see, bring that up. Right there. And then let's get a cylinder. Insert cylinder. Q cylinder Z. Or was it X? And we're gonna make this as small as we need it. And as wide as we need it. Not sure if I'm gonna have this as a print or as a or just an illustration. We will see. Because if it is gonna be a print, we're gonna really need to thicken this line here so that it actually prints. I'm gonna make this a little bit longer. And actually, let's insert some edges and bring this down. And let's Q-mesh flat island. Right there. And bring this in a little bit. There we go. And let's just skinny it up in general. I think it's a little bit too thick. It's too thick. What the fudge? Think that will be good enough, yes. Balls aplenty. I like that. Yes, Trombonic now in ZBrush. Balls aplenty. Sorry, man. I found it. They had another placeholder for your stream. There were 3 people waiting when I left. I appreciate you being here. Definitely appreciate you being here. Alrighty. So let's group by normals. We've got that. That'll take care of most of our creasing. So now we can go J, or for me, crease polygroup. And then we can go here, go to crease edge loop. Crease that, and then we've got our our crossbow. So now I'm gonna merge it down. There we go. We're gonna bring everything back. Right about there. We are going to center this using the Google Map icon. Around this here. Let's see where it was on the illustration. Right here. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. There we go. Booshki dooshki. Right there. Rotate it a little bit. Well, we'll be fine. Dun, dun, dun. Make it a little bit longer. Hi. Something like that. Grab a nice wood color, tan, kind of desaturated, a little bit darker, fill object. And get it not pure white, but kind of off-white. Let's see, right here. Let's grab that and fill object right there. Okay. So let's bring all this back and let's move this here and just attach it to him. Move this right about there. So we've got that. Let's see what else we can do with this image. Let's make this little house. Let's do it! Spicer, have you ever had to do an art test for a company? I did it 3 times. And then never, ever going to do it again. My portfolio speaks for itself. If you look at my portfolio and you can't clearly see the talent, the sexual nature of it, its gloriousness, and you want me to do something else to prove it? I don't even want to work there. I don't even want to work there. I'm telling you, man, those HR people, they're like, we need artists. Right? Okay, well, I gotta look like I'm doing my job. Let me go through here. Let me look at all these applications. Let's just take the top 50. Okay, let's tell them all that they need to do an 8-hour art test or 80-hour art test. Okay, cool. All right, let's just grab these 5 and give them to the lead art director or whatever. And then you go interview with the art director, and he hasn't even looked at your portfolio, and you're like, why the hell am I even here? You don't know who I am, what I do. You haven't looked at my portfolio. What am I doing here? So that was the last time. That was the last time I ever did an art test. It's just a waste of time. It's a waste of time. Alrighty, so we're gonna make this a little bit longer. We are going to mask this right in the center, invert the mask, skinny it up. We're gonna widen it in general. We're gonna bring down these edges right about there. HR is the worst. Yes, they are. Alex, what's going on? Appreciate you being here. Comics Legend, Glabella. Gaming Mania. Hey, guys. How are you? I'm doing good. What about you? Sumerian King. Balls aplenty. Spicer, you are filled with pure raging frizzitude. Thank you. I appreciate that. Comics Legend, I was thinking the same thing. Shouldn't the company know just from your portfolio? There's a lot of people that get there and they don't know what they're doing. Like for whatever reason, their portfolio, has this or that, but then whenever they get into the studio, they don't know how to work within a pipeline. So, it's kind of like a crapshoot either way you go. I don't understand why they got to make it so difficult. But yeah, I don't know. Every job that I have gotten, they're like, we love your work. Can you do this? Yes, I can. How much do you charge? I charge this much. Okay, let's go with it. And that's it. And then we go. Comics legend. I was thinking the same thing. Shouldn't the company know just from your portfolio? Harry Mandibles. What's even worse is having to take an IQ test for a creative position. Desync truth. Comics legend. The test should at least be compensated. Yeah, they should do something because they can't just do 80 hours of free work. No, thanks. Say what? What do you mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? Alrighty, Q cube. Let's get this flat. Right here, I'm gonna get this and I'm gonna send it back home. Just we're working in symmetry. Alrighty, let's thicken this up a little bit because it's probably not gonna read if it's super small from that far away. Right there. Right there. Let's move this up. Mirror and weld. There we go. So we've got the roof. I mean, if they want an art test, just come to the stream. Come look at this stream. Variable processing is in the house. Colton Clay coming in hot as a potato. Oh, that's right. That's right. Thanks for reminding me. Okay, we are going to do a critique. This is Colton Clay's Viking Thor. Alrighty, looking better. Looking way better. Yep, looking way better. Knee's looking good, a little blobby, but it's looking good. Let's see. Okay. All right. Let's take a look. Let's see. So, you see how the bag is coming out this way? You kind of want to send that back here. So you kind of want to have it at the rim, but you want to make sure that you have an orbit. And it's not coming out, it's going back, right? So it should be going at least straight up and down, if not backwards. In an oblique fashion. And here it's looking pretty good. Smooth that out. The nose, maybe a little bit more of this, a little bit more of that. Just a little bit more description. And there. Let's take a look at the head without anything. It's looking okay. Let's take a look at your Zygomatic. So this angle here. Let's see. Let me turn this up a little bit. Can y'all hear me? Y'all can hear me, right? So this bottom right here is going to the tip, which some people like, but anatomically it should reach to the bottom of the nasal aperture and then have this nice little curve going down. Your orbit and your zygomatic are lining up, so the bottom of your orbit should line up with the top of your zygomatic. your forehead is kind of going into your brow a little bit. So what I would do is kind of separate that out a bit more. Right here, smooth it out. Something like that. And then you just have this really hard line for your temporal arch. And there's going to be a little bit of a bump here for the edge of your orbit and then going in. So what that's going to do is it's going to give you that little, that extra plane change, right? So boom, 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 boom. That's what you're going for. So you got to make sure to dig around the top of the orbit here on the side. Let's see. And then, let's see. Something like that, and then you'll just have a little bit more information there. And then the top of your head is the highest point when it should be right above the ear. Should be the highest point, and the ear should be roughly to the middle to the back third for a few people. So that's what I would do. So that way you don't have your eye bag bulging out and not creating any highlights or shadows here. So now we have this orbit, so we can kind of see it a little bit better. Your traps, let's see, they may be beginning a bit too high. So bring these down a bit. And then right at the edge, you can kind of widen it a bit to where it's hitting the achromium process. Let's see, let's turn the music down a little bit. So we've got that. Let's see, your pectoralis is looking, it needs one more change, one more plane change, one more angle change. Because it's kind of just swooping back, and if that was the case, it would be more of like he's putting his arm like all the way behind him. But we should have that hook as it attaches to the fifth rib and then goes over. Your serratus muscles are a little bit too far back. If this was the nipple, we're gonna follow this back into the serratus right here, right? So your and then your serratus muscles really shouldn't be so thick. They aren't going to provide the type of that type of volume. And then that way you can really highlight your rib cage a little bit more. And then your lat will actually be the background as opposed to just melding into your serratus. And then make sure that your lats come forward and then they go back, right? So boom, 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 boom. And then we can see the rib cage, and then we can see the latissimus dorsi. So yeah, you kind of want to bring your serratus muscles a little bit farther out, and they should be attaching for each rib, right? So all the way from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 should be your last one, right? And then the obliques come in. So your obliques are a little misshapen. They need a little bit more form on the back end and a little bit more round right there, right? This one you got right. This one was off. And then just have it coming up from there, and then you'll have a fossa here right there. Your spinal erectus seems like it's just here and here. You kind of want to have a sense that it's going all the way up the spine, so you kind of want to carry that through up here. And then your lumbars are going to be attaching to your last floating ribs right here. It's usually where they end, so you want to get a form there. Okay. So you got the form, and then you have your lumbars coming over right there. Okay, your teres major is looking good. Infraspinatus is looking good. Your spine of your scapula seems to be wiggling and wobbling. I would have a much straighter line, and I would have a much more definitive edge to it as well. That way all this stuff can feed into it and it looks way bulkier. Right? And you definitely always want to have this hook going over the edge of the spine and blade of scapula. Let's see, and then you're gonna activate your rhomboids because he's bringing his arm back. So to do that, we have to activate our lumbars, which are gonna go from 7 to 11 on the rib cage. So we're going to activate that, give it a little bit more towards the center. And then you can, just look at I wouldn't look up images of bodybuilders. Let me get my small glass of water. Just a sip, just big enough for a sip. And you don't want to find images of bodybuilders, you want to find their routines. That way you can see it in motion, right? Not just ink, and all the hero poses. You definitely want to go through their routines. And then your trapezius, right here. Rhomboids activated. And then bring this down a bit more, right about there, right here, bring that over, and then your glutes are just going down, right? We need to bring these over a bit, right there, and then your gluteus medius is going to go all the way over here, and then as soon as it gets to the posterior iliac spine, it's going to stop. And then them glutes maximus hit, and then they go into the side of the vastus lateralis, right here, right? BCB, and it's going to be attaching to your sacrum. And most of the meat's going to be on the inside, and then it's going to fall off as it reaches the lateral side. All right, so medial butt is way thicker than the lateral butt. So that's what I would do to kind of bring the back together a bit more. Bring this over, and then just make sure it's following the rib cage. You still have a very sharp corner here. Make sure it's wrapping around the rib cage. See how this is wrapping around? Okay. Let's see. And possibly just flattening it out a little bit. Maybe not so much of a curve. There we go. The third head of your tricep is sticking out a little bit too much here. So we need to bring that in and then make the attachment a bit more substantial. Right, so boom, 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 boom. You have that. Maybe cutting this off a little bit and then thickening up this tail will help. Your brachial radialis is just a bit too high as it's making its transition. So we want to make it a little bit lower around here. And then it's going to attach to the side of your styloid process of the radius. And it's a little wiggly wobbly. Wiggle wobble. Right there. A little bit straighter. Bring that in. Move this over a little bit. And then you see how these are widest right across from each other. So I'm going to bring this down because this is a long head, right? And then it should be inserting into the side of the scapula. So we want to make sure that trajectory is going that way. Alrighty. Legs are looking good. And make sure that this is your rectus femoris, the muscle on the front of your leg, is inserting into the anterior inferior iliac spine as opposed to the superior. And then make sure that this tensor fascia latae comes out of that corner right here. And you can add a little bit of bump right there and then carry it off into the vastus lateralis, right? We just need to make it a little bit more shapely. This is good. This, let me bring it closer because it's going to end in the it's going to end at the patella tendon, right? It's going to attach there, and then a little bit more of a hit right here on your vastus lateralis before it becomes a tendon will actually give you that that angle we're looking for whenever we're sculpting muscles and trying to find the apex of each one, right? So your anterior tibialis is just going to be one form coming over. You're not really going to see this digitized ever. Let's see, let's take a look at this. So it's just a little wiggly wobbly. I would have a little bit more of a deliberate ligament here attaching to the sitting bones, and bring this anterior tibialis over. So then you have this coming out, that going in, and a little bit less here. And possibly bringing this vastus medialis back a little bit. Right about there. Right there. Abs are doing okay. Usually with a guy of this size, it's just a meat wall. It's not really doesn't really have that that hit right there before it gets into the lower abs. Right about there. This shelf here, I'm not sure what this is. If it's a rib cage. And if you're doing false abs, let's see if you got a six-pack. No, you have just regular abs. So maybe a little bit more of the costal arch here as it's going into the 8th rib. But just a little bit less of a shelf there. Let's see, biceps looking good. Brachialis is a little bit too thin. Let's bring this a little bit more heft here. Right at the end of the deltoid is where this begins. Comes over, and the bisection here for the bicep is usually up here, and then by the time it's halfway, it's usually together. I can't think of a situation or a bodybuilder offhand that has that bisection so clear all the way up and down the bicep. So not saying it doesn't exist, I just can't think of one. Here. Okay. And I would be switching these feet. Generally, you don't want to have the same leg or the same side both forward, because then it makes it very flat and it looks like he's about to fall over. And I would also add a base. Like, soon as you know where his feet are, you want to have a base going on. Let's see, Q cylinder Y. And that way you have a nice sense of where the feet need to be and all that stuff. But I would flip these legs. So let's see, is this Nano Mesh, or let's go lower, J, mirror. Let's go over here, delete lower, J, mirror. Right? Right! Right. Now that's a bit more interesting. And you can reconstruct. Now you're back. But yeah, that's what I do to kind of change his pose up. Also give him, you see how your hips are tilted this way and so are your shoulders? So you want to fix that as well. You want to bring this side down. Okay. I have no idea what happened. Bring that side down, this side up. Widen this. What the heck-a-doodle? What the heck-a-doodle happened? Let's go here at the crotchal region. Grab that, grab this. Bring that. Roughly about there. But that way you have one arm back, one leg forward, right? Now move this down. Oops. Move this down. Right? One leg forward, one arm back, one arm forward, one leg back. That automatically gives us a much more interesting situation because we have foreground, middle ground, background, as opposed to foreground, foreground, foreground. Right? You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Colton Clay, do you know what I'm saying? Do you hear me? Right, so that's what I would do to kind of flip this. Yeah, those are the things I would work on for this. Maybe a little bit less burby. Right here, a little bit more square. As it's entering, bring that down. Just a little bit less round. Especially as it's inserting into there, okay? Let's see. Art of Pilgrim Sup. What is up? Balls of Plenty. Colton Clay. Click on Daniel Leon's. Balls of Plenty. Got you. Thanks. What are your thoughts on NFTs? Will Spicy Collectibles be available to purchase in the digital marketplace? Y'all want to see my NFT? Do y'all want to see my NFT? Do you want to see my NFT? Let's see. Alrighty. Chill out, I will. Gosh. Jeez, settle down, you guys. Alrighty, so I'm preparing it like this. Right? You get this, you got all the artist notes, all that stuff. And then it also moves as well. Right? So this is an actual NFT that I'm putting together. Right? So it's gonna go through all this. All that. All right, it's just gonna go through all that stuff. And then I'm gonna do the same. It's gonna be 3 pieces. So we have red, and then we're gonna have blue, and then we're going to have yellow. So all 3 of these are gonna be part of a collection. So yeah, that's what's happening. Yes. But yeah, so NFTs, I don't know. I think the bubble's going to burst pretty soon, or it's going to be completely oversaturated and you're not going to be able to be discovered as you were before. So kind of if you didn't get in, if you weren't part of those cool groups where everybody was helping each other out and left all the rest of us out here to just do whatever. Yeah. And then ArtStation, I'm like, they're like, yeah, we're going to get into the NFT market and only the best on here are going to be able to participate. I'm like, go fuck yourself. What are you talking about? You leave it open for everybody. And it's just, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. They're already doing awesome. Why are you catering to them continuously? There are other people out here. You know? There's other people out here. There's more than, 5, 6 artists in the world. That's all I guess. Okay. I was thinking of Balls of Plenty. Do we get a DNA sample? I was thinking of making it a 3D print and then sending it out to the ones that bought it, but I don't know how that works. Let's see. Balls of Plenty, that's a Texas-sized bottle of water. You damn right. Sergio Salgado Centelices. Stand the Anatomy looks incredible. Greetings. Thank you, Sergio. This is Colton Clay's Thor. We're just doing a little critique on it. Prince Near. What program is this? It is ZBrush. Thank you, Verbal. Thank you, Balls of Plenty. Desync so spicy. Balls of Plenty, that's a cool piece too. Thank you very much. Sumerian King, what's an NFT? It's a non-fundable token. Basically, you sign up to a site, you tokenize your art, which is from $20 to $90, and then it goes on the open market where people can buy it for whatever you set it as. It's usually bought in Ethereum. And so you set your price, but you want to set your price to where there's a margin of profitability, because every time that your piece, say I buy it, you get, say I buy it for $100. And then now what I can do is I can resell it. So now I can take that $100. I say, well, I actually want it for $1,000. So I put it up for $1,000 and someone else buys it. Then you get 10 to 30% of that as a commission. So you don't sell it once. Every time it's resold, you get 10 to 30% of whatever it's sold for. So that's really, really cool. And then I'm trying to think of anything else. But there's curated sites, and then there's like open sites. I think like OpenSea, you can just tokenize it and put it up there. But then you got to go around and sell it. Right? But usually if you are on like Rareable or Super Rare or Nifty Gateway or one of those that only allow famous people because they're just so amazing, then, you can go on there, you can sell your stuff. That's usually a curated site will sometimes, let everybody know that a drop is coming, let them know about this, let them know about that, and kind of help you sell it. And it has a little bit more of stamp of approval because it went through a curation process. But yeah. So Oscar Bareles Hernandez, which platform are you going to have yours? I think I'm gonna have mine on Super Rare. I'm going to apply today or tomorrow with that. But again, I kind of think the bubbles, like the needles in the bubble, and it's just breaking that wall. So if you didn't get in about 6 months ago, you're kind of out now. balls of plenty. That's cool. I'll keep an eye out. Am I going to have to sell one of my kids into heroin mule duty to buy your NFT? I'm making mine super cheap because I want people to get it and resell 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 it. Fame in what community? Ryan McLeroy. I don't know. Famous in whatever. The music sphere. Like you have, what's that guy? David Icke or whatever his name is. He's a musician. Basically, he just hired some artists to make some really, really boring turnaround art, and then because of his name, he's selling it all over the place. So, I mean, there's that, and then there's unknowns that are making a lot of money at the same time. But again, they choose you, right? There's this huge bit of they choose you, and then they do a story or whatever because they're trying to get, like 18-year-old. This one 18-year-old kid made like $1 million or something like that, but they chose him, right? Because they're just trying to put out all these stories of all these successful people so that everyone goes there, and then and they're just going to make more and more money because it costs you $20 to $70 to tokenize it, $20 to $90, maybe even more. And then and so they're going to get their money either way. So they're trying to create this this illusion that anybody could do it, but it's 0.01% are actually doing it. Right? So just be careful. Don't grab every single piece that you have and tokenize every single one and then wonder why it's not selling, right? There's a whole lot of networking that you're gonna have to do, a whole lot of here and there, tagging, talking with people, talking with collectors, etc. But again, whenever this thing is done, it will be around probably forever, but right now it's on its decline, but it will be here forever. So but I'm excited for the technology because I think it's about time that artists kind of disrupt. Right now artists I want to get hired somewhere so I can make a living. And now this NFT market is kind of taking that away from the employers, and artists are making their own money now. So instead of doing derivative stuff where it's an elf or an orc or this or that, or a landscape with someone standing there and there's a big monster standing on a dragon, and all the normal stuff that you see on ArtStation that is more production game oriented, you can now become an artist again, and just do something that's purely expression and more concept than elves and orcs. And I think it's hilarious, like seeing people that work at Blizzard saying, y'all need to stop doing fan art. I'm like, dude, that's all you do. If you work at another company and you're doing their art, you're doing fan art. Period. That's your job. So I can't stand those self-righteous people. They just make no sense. They make no sense. But yeah. So that's my rant. Paragosu doesn't cost you anything but gas, though, right? Yeah, that's tokenizing your artwork. Make believe TV is so weird, but can't stop studying it. Ryan McLeroy, so I guess you would want to sell to someone who aims to resell it, not an actual collector. Yeah, because it's just gonna drive the price up, and then I'm gonna make. I don't care if you collect it. Like, I don't care what you do with it. I just want you to buy it, and then if you can resell it as many times as possible, then I'm just going to make more and more money. So yeah, I would want someone to do that instead of just collect it and keep it. because I'm just gonna make more money. You know what I mean? Know what I mean? Alrighty. But yeah, good questions. Good questions. Bash 3R, there's a guy I know who's working on a marketplace for 3D prints. Nice. Yeah, 3D prints are STLs. I mean, the best way to do that is to go through Patreon. Like, you know, selling on Facebook groups and stuff like that is just not efficient. And no one can really see your collection. You know, there's always... And the STL market has no respect for artists in terms of the purchasers and printers, because they'll just buy it and then just give it to someone else. Like, I've seen groups where you got like 10, 15 people coming together to group buy a $25 STL. Don't just sell your STLs. Get a Patreon and keep it going. And I don't know how to, you know, in some ways, if you're doing fan art and you're doing Batman and Superman and all that stuff, and you're selling STLs, you can't really be mad about someone stealing it and then sharing it, because that's kind of like what you did with DC's property. You stole it and now you're making money off of it. So, you know, unless it's original characters, you know, I wouldn't put up a fight about what people are doing with it. It's just not right. Nazumi 1977, for the same reason I decided now to sell prints, not STLs. Yeah, selling prints, that makes sense. That makes sense because they can't really, you know, digitize it and then sell it, because they're getting a physical copy. They're not getting the digital. So that makes more sense for sure. But just be careful, because people out there do not care. They do not care what it costs you at all. Let's see if we can get this. What's good, Spicer? What's up, MJ? One Alex F1. Yeah, I've seen so many YouTubers taking advantage by buying STL from artists and then resell it already printed. Yeah, definitely let other artists know. If you see them, let them know. Because, but I mean, if it's copywritten stuff and you ripped it off and you're making money off, you can't really say anything. Because they're doing to you what you're doing to the other company. And I understand the other company has plenty of money, but they're still right and wrong. They're still what you're doing and what you're not doing. They're still, you know, it's not your idea. You're ripping off their idea and then you're making money off of it. So I don't I don't see why anybody's complaining about it. But if you're doing original characters and people are stealing it, then that's a situation where you should probably get involved. Perdigosu, yeah, it's kind of lame because they can mold cast your 3D print if it's high demand item. Yep. But again, make sure it's original art. I just made $1 million on my NFT. See you all later. It's been fun. Way to go, comics. When you have $1 million, you don't have any friends, Ryan. Money is now your friend. Alrighty, so let's get that. Let's get a Q cube, and let's keep going with this. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of nepotism going on in the NFT market, so just be careful. Be very, very careful, because they're out to help each other. They're not out there to help you. Kind of sad to see everybody and their mother trying to become NFT millionaires now. Yeah, because it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. What happened, and that's it. You're going to go there, probably make a $250 to $1,000 now. Maybe. Because I have one of my friends who's a very good artist, put up his NFT and no one bought it. You know? So it's like, I don't know what to tell you. The train has left the station. Because you're not going to be able to, I mean, there's a certain individual who could just do fan art his entire life and make $80,000 or whatever. But, you know, there's very, very few of them. They're the exception, not the rule. But yeah. Want some nachos. I want some nachos. Let's see. I heard people also steal others' artist work and post without permission to NFT, not the exact art, but like a copy of it, worse quality too. Oh yeah, that's been going on since the beginning of time. That happens all the time. Paragosu, I think my art would be valuable in a few years if my project takes off. Oh yeah. You need that spinning cube GIF, man. Being good artist has nothing to do with it. Yeah. Like, if you think you're going to do an anatomy study and then post it up and get millions, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's more concept. It's more, think more. It's more of a digital art gallery. So whenever you go to those art galleries, you can imagine, how, uninspiring that art can be at times, just with a lack of skill. There's nothing representational about it. It's just a bunch of splatters and this and that. But, there's just so much political networking that has to go on to get to that point. So it's, it just depends, if that's worth it to you. The first edition type of deal, if anyone collects those, yeah, people do. Make-believe TV, smoke and mirrors with Beeple in the middle. Oh, yeah. Colton Clay got pulled away during the critiques, but appreciate it. No problem, brother. MJ Sculpts, have you seen that Raph Grassetti has pulled in from his NFTs? Daniel Bell is jumping into the NFTs, too. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Sure, all big names have a chance, but little guys can just salivate and dream like always. Everyone joining has to purchase Ethereum, so more people are buying crypto, which drives up the price. I mean, it's just a huge thing for them to make money, and then a few here and there will make money. One artist I know would probably kill it is Crayola. He's a traditional painter. I've been a fan since his high school days when I did graffiti. MJ Sculpts, most of the NFTs went over 40K. Yep. Just sculpt and fan art. I can see it more becoming a legal procedure than anything else, securing your works like a trademark copyright, but as far as making money, I don't see how it will be stable. Lou Vanderbeet, what's NFT? An NFT is a non-fundable token usually associated with artworks. Colton Clay, I owe you some nachos. I'll take that. Balls of plenty. Doing fan art for a career is like being the band Mini Kiss doing cover songs. Never gonna play a big stadium though. Pretty much. So Cyberpunk though? Oh yeah, you can do that Cyberpunk stuff all day. All day. Like any of the Princess, what are you doing? Get over here, Princess. Get your foot off of that. Come here. What are you doing? But yeah. Daniel Bell's first NFT is going for 9K. Yeah, just sculpt a superhero with a Bitcoin on his chest. Amazing. 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 So amazing. Oh my god, look how amazing that is. It's amazing. Let's get this. And BZM slide edge loop complete. Beep-a-doo. Let's go here. Let's go here. Bevel edge loop complete. Yeah, that'll work. We'll do that. Bring these in right there. Let's slide this out a bit more. Let's just slide the edge out, just these two edges. Let's go single poly, bring this in. Let's add another edge loop so that this has something to let's go with a single edge. Alright, so we got insert an edge. Let's go multiple edge loops so we can get right down the center. There we go. There we go. Alrighty, so we got that house done. Let's merge it down. Alrighty, so one of my favorite things is to use the Transpose Tool. So we can go here, go up, press W, and let's clear the mask. And you can kind of make it, you know, not so straight up and down. Let's give it a little bit of character. Maybe a little bit too much. Ride the wave, folks. Oh yeah. Razuzan, what are you working on today? Just this little Witcher image. Nice environmental stuff. You never see anyone doing this. Oh yeah, most people don't. I don't know. Yeah, it's usually character based around here, but yeah, I love seeing environment work. Let's see, Make Believe TV, also basketball cards NFT they're trying. Nice. For me personally, all the NFT thing becomes a filter to see who has self-respect and who doesn't. Please, good sir, can I get an invite? Well, me one big money. Respect lost in a split second. Yeah, there's a lot of people going around begging for that. And then shaming the people that don't give it to them whenever they've never even talked to them before. And then making Twitter posts about it. It's just like, it's ridiculous. It's basically just being angry at bands for selling out. Same concept emotionally. Comics legend so far, Grassetti has made over $250,000. Let's see, bring all this, bring it over there. Let's get rid of this Mountain Raj. Transparency. Alrighty, so let's put this a little bit further back. Let's grab this guy. Let's duplicate him, bring him forward, and let's get a bit brighter of a color. BNB. Right about there. Bring this up. Here, let's get a little bit brighter of a color in our fill object. This is by, I forgot who made this. I forgot who made it, but it was on ArtStation. You just look up Witcher fan art and it'll come right up. Little guys need to band together and create a compelling, buzzy platform like those dudes in what Reddit Wall Street bets and their GameStop short squeezing. Little guy artists need to get their own slice of the pie. What's it gonna be? Art Ponzi scheme. Where's the original background you work from? I already said that. Spicer, when you become rich, don't forget us. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'll try not to. But if I make millions and millions of dollars, you will never see me again. Ever. Nazumi, 1977, not angry at them. It's a sad spectacle, that's all. Spicer, you ever do any 2D work? That's a nice little house. Yep. But it's not for any production at all. It's just for myself in terms of blocking things out. Let's see. Rizuzan, it's just another medium, one of the future. I bet traditional artists were pissed off the same as digital artists back 20 years ago. I like how you have reference on whole background. Oh yeah. Though let's see how long the NFT train goes. Comics Legends, cool scene, definitely a bubble. When will it pop? It's a new way to find art. So not a medium, create art. Ooh, someone saying don't get spicy. Ooh, there's gonna be a fight. There's gonna be a fight. Alrighty, so let's grab these trees. Let's grab this. Oh, we already got some here. Let's go there. It's gonna be a fight. Someone's getting in a fight. Ooh, someone's getting in a fight. Ooh. That's not tall enough. There we go. There we go. Block that in. These trees down a little bit, just a little bit. Let's see, do I do something? Yeah, that's what I did. Let's see. The dojo is the perfect place for fighting. All right, we're gonna need a fight in the dojo. You're gonna need to hash it out. Each one of y'all take a kukuri and go at it. Balls of plenty. Spicer, are you going to do? Excuse me. Yeah, I'm gonna do most of this stuff. Take another program and render it out with clouds and all that stuff. Pretty simple, pretty easy to do actually. Hairy Mandibles Kumite. Razuzan, how come I never see you on the stream usually? Is this a new stream time? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, because I wanted to stream a bit longer because I always felt rushed. Trying to, and I never like walked away with anything done. It was always just like hash, just things here and there, things that are, you know, never really ended the stream in a very exciting way. So wanted to spend a little bit more time with you peeps. So here we are. Let's fix this wrist. Like this is poking through. All right. Let's actually get rid of this inside. Because it's making me angry. Alright, let's delete hidden. Okay. No, I'm Comics Legend. I'm not going to be using Keyshot for this. It takes too long to get a really nice render. I don't want to be waiting 4 hours for Keyshot to calculate that stuff. So I'll be rendering in cycles. It takes way less time, especially whenever you have volumetrics. Because you really got to render that thing for like 4 to 8 hours for it to really look good. So yeah. And plus, I don't, you know, it's quite expensive as well. Just a random. All right. delete hidden button go? Oh, come on. I've done this I don't know how many times. Make Polymesh 3D. We're going to delete hidden. Okay. Boom. Let's get this guy out of here. Okay. Insert this guy. Get that color on him. Oh, he's naked. There we go. Now he's got pants on again. Let's see. Imagine St. Patrick's Day wasn't just leprechauns. Instead, it was beautiful Irish props or castles or a fantasy runestone environment. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because I gotta get way better at sculpting environments, because, yeah. I want to take my art to the next level, for sure. Spicer, where would you live if you became rich? Hawaii. I would stay in Texas. I would never leave Texas, no matter how rich I got. I would just get a plot of land where no one's around, and then make sure Google Fiber can reach me. Tron Bike Cruise Control. Cruise Control. Comics Legend, that's a good idea, but it sounds like it would take a long time to finish unless it's a simplified style. Oh, yeah. Balls plenty. Blender crashes on me a lot. I'm using Mac, so maybe that's my problem. Maya, ZBrush, Adobe, etc. work great, but Blender is a pain. Yeah, I don't have a Mac. I'm not sure. Balls plenty, so I'm too scared to use Blender to render. Oh yeah. Let's go. Actually. And let's bring that. Let's get this a little bit more. Bring this out a little bit more. Thum. And give it that side right there. Okay, so we got the house. Let's get. Let's go to these trees, make sure I'm not missing any of them. Nope, okay. Let's go back. Let's unmask those. Bring this over. And let's see if we can put this somewhere else. Right there. Let's see. Oh, we don't want it to interact with the wings at all, because then it's going to break up the silhouette in a not good way. Put that there. So let's grab all of these. BSR. That's good. Okay. Alrighty. Boom, boom. And let's just change the shape a little bit so it's obviously not a repeat. But that should work. With plugin, Blender's becoming one of the best modeling tools coupled with Eevee. It's great. But for large scenes, rip. Let's see. Let's take a look at some of the flowers. Yes, the flowers. Okay. Alright, little daisies. Alright, so let's make that. Right here, bring this down. Alright, let's get one of our petals, BM. Okay. Boop. Right there. Let's get a bit better. No. Let's just get one side, and then we don't care about the other one. Let's get it. Okay. So, let's split mast. Let's mirror and weld this. Let's Dynamesh it, or not Dynamesh, but ZBrush it, because we are going to make a bunch of these. So we don't want these at super high poly, because whenever you put millions of them, you're gonna have like trillions of trillions of polygons. So you definitely don't want that. Let's activate symmetry and do that again. Let's mirror and weld this. Boom. That's fine. Zero mesh it. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to array mesh. We're going to array mesh it. We're going to have, let's see, we got 2. Let's go with 4 right there. Let's transpose lock POS. We are going to offset it in the Z amount. Or let's see, no, we're going to rotate it on the Z axis. Nope, on the X axis. On the Y axis. And it's going to be 360 degrees. And then we're going to use our transpose, and then boom. Right there. We're going to bring this towards the center, lift it up, make it a little bit larger. And there we go. Let's go to the sphere and make it a little bit smaller, have it sit on top. Now it looks like a pretty daisy. Alrighty, so that's good. We'll do that. Let's grab these, bring them in a little bit, right about there, and then we have our daisy. I don't want to extrude, I just want to make the mesh, and now we have all this. So now I'm going to, I don't want to add too many distinctive marks on this, because then you're going to know that it's been repeated. So we're going to BM in, so we can go straight through. Right there. Alrighty. And then let's make this center a little bit thicker. Dooshki. And let's use BMV. Kind of get that right there. Alrighty. So let's go to our sphere. And let's get this down to 0.1 as well. Because again, we don't need a lot of geometry in here. There we go. So we got that. So let's do our stem, which is just going to be a cylinder. And we're going to two cylinder. X, Y. Right there. Okay. Right here. Bring this down. And let's add an edge loop, BZM. I know. Boom, right there. Oops. BMK. Grab all of this. Right about there. Right about there. BM in, and let's just bring this out a bit more, bring that down, make it a little bit longer. But yeah, there's our daisy. So now we're gonna merge this down, merge it down, okay, merge it down, okay, and let's get geometry. Let's see how many polys is this? 716. Let's see if we can zero mesh it and get a little bit lower. Let's not keep groups, and let's zero mesh this. Let's go 0.2. Zero mesh it. BMT. We can work with this. Bring that in, bring that in, bring this in, widen out. Un petials. Right there. Let's get this a bit wider. Right there. Yeah. So now we were at 716, now we're at 349. So we cut it in half. So that's usually what we are looking for, okay? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna oops, I don't know what that was. B, create insert mesh, new. B, create Nano Mesh. And then we are going to go to our Broham. Right here, we are going to go to this piece. I'm going to insert Nano Mesh Polygroup All, and then we're going to put in our daisies. I'm not really concerned with how they're oriented or how big they are, because we're going to go into Nano Mesh here, and we can go size of 1. Right there, we can get our rotation, so 0, right there. You can see all of them lining that way, so we are going to try to get the Y. Let's get the X rotation, there we go. So now they're standing up. We can add a bit of Z rotation. So they're kind of facing us. And then we can add a whole lot of variance. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add random distribution. So it's a little bit more realistic. We're going to go on the Y offset. We're going to lift them up a little bit. We're going to get the size down a little bit more because we don't want it too aggressive. They're quite small. So let's see if we can find a size, width, length. No. Let's go with. A little bit more like that. We've got that. Let's turn everything off besides the concepts art. So we can kind of see what's going on. And I'm wondering if we go here. Bop, bop, bop. Control A. Let's get orange color in here. fill object right here. Let's grab that. That's fine. And then let's get this green, a little muted, not so bright, not so rich, because then it's just going to blow out everything else in the scene. So B, create insert mesh, new. B, create Nano Mesh brush. And I think that's going to be a whole lot easier on us. Yeah. Okay, so polygroup all. Daisy. Okay. So we're gonna go Nano Mesh right here. Again, random distribution. We're gonna get the Y offset, so they're a little bit taller. Wish I were a baller. Alrighty, so, and it looks like, well, whenever we do all this, we can just kind of put it right where we want it. But I do want a random distribution. Alright, so then inventory, this is how you commit it. So now it's one to mesh. We're going to split mask points. Let's see, right here, right there, split mask points. And then we're just going to grab the very center of this. So boom, right around where he is. So we can B select lasso, I think SL, yes, SL. Go here. There, invert that. Make sure, let's see, maybe a little bit more around here. There, right there, Control Shift A, so it brings back everything. Let's raise it up a little bit, somewhere around there. Let's delete hidden. Then B and just kind of mess with these here and there, so they don't all look so so similar. Something like that. Let's get these out of the rock. Right here, Control Shift A and delete it. So we got that. I've had 14 million polygons in cycles before. It takes a while, but it works. This time you have many millions in sculpt mode, then you enter edit mode and will crash. Nothing better for sculpt than ZB. Oh yeah, for sure. Spicer, how do you do the ornamental shapes on your Batman 20 sculpts? Those are just Dynamesh and swirl. So basically I just drew, let me show you. Let's get a flat plane. Here, let's make it Polymesh 3D. Let's go here. So basically I would get my curve tube. Let's see. BC curve tube. I would go to stroke. I would go modifiers. Instead of intensity, I would go size, and I would flip V, and then bring this up, and then I would draw that, right? And then I would commit it. And just going through it really, really quickly. Shape it up, do all this stuff, smooth, 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 inflate, kind of make it a little bit more uniform. Right here, right there. And then split mask right here. And then I would Dynamesh it, and then kind of inflate it where I needed it, smooth it out, re-Dynamesh. Then you can do swirl or spiral, either one. And then you can do that, re-Dynamesh it. And that's all that was. Obviously in a much more controlled pattern, but that's what I did. Ding, 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 ding. All right, so let's make our next. Let's move these mountains back. Oh, my pleasure, my pleasure. Hey-o, Ryu G Evil. Let's see. Thanks for explaining your design choices, like the distinctive mark comment on the flower. My pleasure, balls plenty. Manifesto, Spicer, what are some good anatomy resources? That would be my course at xmdacademy.com. You have those anatomy for sculptors, facial anatomy for sculptors. Bodies in Motion by Scott Eaton. Any of Scott Eaton's courses. Those are the ones that come to mind. Yeah, and then the morgue as well. Thanks, Nisumi. Is there somewhere in that menu that controls whether Alt left mouse button selects subtool or not? It stopped working for me. Is there something in the menu? No, not that it works when resetting the default UI, and I don't want to have to redo my entire custom UI just because the Alt selects stopped working with it. The only thing I can think of is that your hotkeys, so you might want to restart your hotkeys. Maybe you accidentally hotkeyed it without knowing it. You can also check out Spicer's training. He's got some good stuff on his art station. It has courses too. Oh yeah. So let's go there. Yeah, so if you go to my store, they have a sale going on right now, I believe. No, they don't. But you can use Spicy ZBHO and you can get 40% off. I would suggest getting the bundle. It's the best price. It's the cheapest out of all. You know, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you get them individually, it'd be $72. You get $12 off, and then you get another 40% with Spicy ZBHO. Other than that, I do have one-on-one instruction at the XMD Academy. So we have mentorships. It's 6 weeks one-on-one with an interview, so it's 7 weeks in total. If you need a coupon, let me know. I can get you one for like 35% off, but it's got over 100 videos, 100 hours, and I show you how to make this spawn from beginning to end. Let me show you that. And I created this in the dojo for the sculpt off on Mondays, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time at the Discord. Let me give you all that link. By people, copy. And of course, it's free to join, and we invite everyone to join us on Mondays. So definitely go there. Let's see, what else? And then there's Bodies in Motion. This is really, really good. They got 3D scans. They have real people, real athletes doing athletic things, which is usually what we're tasked with doing. They also have expressions for all different races, all different ages, all different male and female. And yeah, it's really, really, really good. Really, really good. It's like $100 a year, and so worth it. But yeah, you can go here. There you go. Reopen close tab. Right here. And then if you really want to be a badass, this will give you +10 anatomy knowledge immediately by going to there and picking yourself up a ZBHO Dojo shirt. I recommend the race car red in navy. All right, these are pretty hot. Just gonna say, Pretty hot. Pretty hot. All right. So, yeah, go check those out. Keep the dojo doors open. And then the, what was it, Spawn? Is that what I was doing? Yeah. And, yeah, so show you how to do this guy from beginning to end. I'm going to key him pretty soon. I'm just trying to get my skills up because this is an extremely complicated 3D print to do. So, but yeah, this is in the course as well, the on-demand and the mentorship. Let me turn the colors on. There you go. Where's my project? There it is. Okay. Oh yeah, that cape's gonna be a son of a bitch. We're definitely gonna have to make it thicker. We're gonna have to split it up and then have them Keith. Coupon code for ArtStation. Let me double check. Hey, puppy girl. What are you doing, puppy girl? Daddy loves you. Yes, he does. Why you look at me like that? Let's see. Seller profile. Okay. Let's go to our coupons. Tools right here. Coupons. Yeah, spicy ZBHO for 40% off. There you go. There you go. But yeah, I would definitely get those if you are looking to level up your anatomy skills on the cheap. I have much more in-depth courses on XMD, so if you want to take it to that next level, you can do it there. My pleasure. Comics Legend, what would you use to fuse the two separate pieces to get rid of the seams? Oh, you mean like after it's printed and put, I think there's like some putty or something you can put there and do that, do it until it squeezes out, then wipe it off and then kind of sand it away. And then that usually is what they're doing. Alrighty, so we've got this. Let's get this. Shift A. I'm gonna split this because I want this blade to have an emissive quality to it. So I'm gonna make it also a bit brighter because in the render it didn't show up. Yeah, some epoxy putty. Yep. Games Workshop uses one called Green Stuff. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of stuff out there. I mean, you know, all varying quality levels. It's just up to what you can afford and what you can do. There you go. And let me get a shot for the Pixologic peeps. Let's get this down there so they can get that. All right, grab this. Grab this one. All right, for the image. Alrighty, people. I am gonna go ahead and head out. I am starving. I am starving. So let us go into the Scott Eaton Templar and give thanks. Let us give thanks. Thank you for being here on the stream. Next Tuesday, we're going to be going much longer. I'm going to get something to eat before the show. Okay, before the show. But I'm like, my gut is like, and then I get a pain in my throat whenever I'm hungry. And it's hurting, right? And then when I talk, it makes it worse. Okay? So, next week, we will be working on this piece. We'll be finalizing it up. We will also be doing any critiques that you happen to send over in the dojo. Make sure to join and submit your critique submissions there. I think it's the second or third option in the channels. But yeah, I appreciate everyone being here. We have over 35 billion people watching right now. But we are all one.